Hello guys, Erica Hargaden here, certified child sleep consultant with my private practice Babog. I'm the creator of the Sleep Series, which is an online sleep program based around my 7 steps to better sleep, and I'm a mum of 3. So there's very little I haven't seen on the sleep front myself. And one of the things I've definitely lived with over the years is unsettled sleep over Christmas. So I'm going to give you some of my top tips around trying to keep sleep as settled as possible over the festive and holiday season. Now, first is prioritising napping where a child is still napping. And I know that this will give an awful lot of you ire because this lady's going to tell me I need to stay at home all the time. Absolutely not. But what I'll say to you is you do need to practice the 80-20 rule. So 80% in routine, 20% out of routine. Where a child over Christmas is out and about and on the go and out of routine, consecutive days in and out, then they're more likely to be experiencing sleep challenges overnight. So where you have an out of routine day, maybe follow that up with a good in routine day. Or if you know you're going to be maybe out late some evening and baby's not necessarily going to get to bed at their normal time, just really make sure you prioritise their napping. Don't sandwich it with a trip to the shopping centre and a daytime trip maybe to granny or something like that with it. You need to give the child the opportunity to get good daytime sleep so that they're able to cope with everything that is going on over Christmas. Remember, it's a really highly stimulating time for children. The next thing is to try and make sure that you're prepared if you're sleeping somewhere else over Christmas. So please God, a lot of us will get to see our family and friends over Christmas. So we might be staying in Granny and Granddad's, or we might be staying in Auntie Noreen's. So make sure that you bring the fitted sheet from their cot with you that day, and the pajamas maybe that they've slept on that night, and their sleeping bag. That will help them to have that familiar scent at home, from home. That goes the same for older children. So bring the gym jams that they've slept on. Bring the lovey. Like my daughter brings her pillow everywhere because it really helps her feel like I have a bit of home. Like even different pillows and things can unsettle kids. Like I'm not telling you now to bring the duvet and everything, reinvent it all. No, but bring things that your child particularly likes and has, that kind of association with in terms of sleep. The next is to look at their sugar intake, and coupled in with that, their nutritious meals. So try your best to limit their sugar intake, particularly in the lower half of the day. Children who are taking in a lot of sugar over Christmas are just more likely to be highly stimulated and have those sugar spikes and crashes afterwards. And that in turn can create fraught situations and tantrums in the run into bedtime. So try and prioritise those nutritious meals around Christmas time. I know with my crew, I can do maybe 2, maybe 3 days where, we're in that Christmas zone of eating, all around us, and it's not necessarily great. It might be lovely food, but not really not nutritious. By the 3rd day, the kids are asking for when are we going to do meat and 2 veg? When are we going to have our normal food? So try and prioritise those regular nutritious meals and keeping your baby's routine in terms of food as settled as possible over Christmas. It'll also help that if you do have any night waking, you've got that doubt of box ticked around, well, is this waking for hunger? So if you've kind of kept their food routine as normal, it's less likely to be awake for hunger. The next is to look at your outdoor time. It's so easy to stay inside all over Christmas and watch movies and just have time in front of the fire. And that's gorgeous and that's really part of Christmas time. But also making sure that you're getting out for regular fresh air and exercise is so important. And daytime light, it regularizes our circadian rhythm. So we need to be getting fresh air and light in the morning and fresh air and light in the late afternoon so that our bodies know what time it is. And this is really important for babies and for toddlers and children as well. That low level light in the late afternoon tells our body that bedtime is coming. And it helps increase that melatonin production so that we can initiate and maintain sleep. So get out for half an hour even in the morning, get out for half an hour in the afternoon. You don't necessarily need to be packing up the car or anything, just go out to your garden, kick your football, get a little bit of a walk in, stick them in the buggy, go out on scooters, whatever you can do given the weather. But get out and make sure that you get some fresh air and some exercise, because it will just simply help everyone have settled sleep as well. The next and last but not least is to limit your screen time in the hour prior to bedtime. And again, I know that this will give a lot of you ire, and it is lovely to pull your child in over Christmas and watch that Christmas movie, but maybe do it in the middle of the day rather than right up before bedtime. You can have that snuggly lovely time and create that memory with popcorn without necessarily being in the run into bedtime. So do it slightly a different time. In the run into bedtime, switch it, from it being screen time to maybe being bath time. Switch it from being screen time to maybe being a board game or something that doesn't involve a screen. So much of our lives rotates around screens now, and I know I'm part of that. So try and switch it up, because screen time in the hour prior to bedtime can really, really impede sleep. And in fact, it can wind younger children up when it's turned off. And I know that's the case in my house with my younger child. So I have to really watch it in the hour prior to bedtime. So I'd like to wish everybody a really happy Christmas. Thank you so much for following and for being involved in the Bab Og journey. And I hope you all have a good one. Take care.